have their own health center administration. In the Prairie Republic, we will be implementing therapeutic
I'll fix that. Hang on, something.
Next, we will have learning centers and learning technical centers. These will be replacing our current schools, colleges, and universities. This will be a gradual change in curriculum. It is time for the sovereign of the Prairie Republic to know the true history and to learn the facts about the nation. There will be a National Learning Center committee to guide and update all counties. In each county, the learning centers will have their own administration. There's an auditor committee, which is a national administration that will be hired out by each region, and every committee to do a yearly audit that is fully transparent and reported to the sovereignty media. Military committee is a national administration that works with and answers to the national administration, which answers to and is fully transparent to the Prairie Republic sovereigns. Within this military, if so desired, the regions of the Prairie Republic can form their own militias. We also have Border Patrol Committee, and it's also a national committee answering to the national administration and fully transparent to the Prairie Republic sovereigns. We have a need of Border Patrol in regions, and each station will have their own administration. And these positions require 12-hour shifts. Immigration Committee is also a national committee answerable to the national administration and fully transparent to the Prairie Republic sovereign. We have 3 departments: the IRB, which is the Immigration Refugee Board. We have the PRABSA, which is the Prairie Republic Border Services Agency. We have the, call it PRIDE, P-R-I-D, Prairie Republic Immigration Deportation. All immigration positions work hand in hand with the Border Patrol, the sheriffs, peace officers, forest rangers, and in circumstances, the military. The Integration Center Committees is the national committee, which is also answerable to the national administration and fully transparent to the Prairie Republic sovereigns. This is our prison service. Each integration center will have their own administration, and there are 3 departments: the Integration Administration, Integration Peace Officers, Integration Sergeants. Our interim center is focused on rehabilitation and integrating the violator back into the community. The Unitary Committee is a national administration that investigates any complaints by a sovereign about a church or an association. The Ombudsman Committee is a national administration that investigates any complaints by a sovereign about a company or business. Our Sovereign Committee is a national administration that sets up and guides all counties in their hiring and decision-making stations. These stations will be set up in each county with their own administration, and they are fully answerable to the national administration and fully transparent to the Prairie Republic sovereigns. These stations are for all sovereigns to come and hire for all positions in the Prairie Republic, and to make all decisions by the district, regional, or national administrators on all infrastructure, resources, and environment. Resource Management Committee, National Administration. There are departments which are oil and gas, forestry, coal, farming, ranching, and hemp farming. So we're looking for anyone who wants to volunteer for any of these committees with a future paid position. So any questions on what I just went over?
Will this be online if you want to go over it again?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they've been recording
it.
It'll be on.
All this too, so you can go through
So
it.
to
Yep.
get into all the farming or the ranching or any kind of stuff like that, is there already people that have ranches that are set up, that are going to be give people information or training or?
That's part of the parcel of what we're trying to do right now, is educate, get out, and we're the boots on the ground. Even as administrators, we're the boots on the ground trying to get this message out, right? Because it's not being put out on a lot of platforms, social media, or mainstream media. Nobody wants the solution. They want to focus on the issues. So until we get people saying, you know what, I'm tired with the issues, they all stem from that same source, and that's the political system as we know it today, called the
What they're
democracy.
doing with the farmers and everybody right now and the ranchers, it shouldn't be too hard to get a whole bunch of them.
That's
on
right.
board with that.
Elizabeth's calling me. Okay, hang on here. Hello, Elizabeth? Hello?
Yeah, all of a sudden there's dead.
Yeah, I think we just died. Bert's trying to figure it out, I think.
Just got a new battery putting in there.
Okay.
So I'm,
Want me to continue?
yeah, sure. He's trying to get back on right now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just leave it open until he goes from there. So anyhow, back to your question. I lost my train of thought here.
But if there's already ranchers and different people that are,
Well, there's a lot of them are waking up. We've talked to a lot of people. There's communities. We've got people within this organization. Jacob, for example, that's working on some sites. Carlton, so on and so forth. But again, a lot of them are distracted and still somewhat tied into they want to build it within the system. The problem is until we get away from the system, totally, it ain't gonna happen. But it will happen as people see things. In fact, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. With what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing over my sources, I'd say in the next 6 months to a year, people are going to really be biting at the teeth for a solution.
I don't think it'll take
Because they're going to be hurt real bad. Our monetary
When they've
system's
got no heat
collapsing.
in the winter, they're going to be
That's
starting
right.
to make a lot of
Exactly.
noise.
Exactly. So, and that's what's it going to take for people to actually say up or stand up and say, we got to fix this. How are we going to fix it? And stop fooling around. Get your ego out of the way. Get your pride out of the way. Get all those, things that are holding us back, right? And it's like when I came into this myself, Shelley, when I first came into this, I said, you know what, I'm not here to make friends. You can like me or dislike me. It's not about me. I've got grandkids, and I'm fighting for their future. I'm already 66. I don't know how many years I got. I don't even know if I'll see this come to fruition. But so what? It's them we have to be fighting for, not us.
Future generations, 7 generations, as it were.
Yep.
So we do have hemp magnesium boards that we're building, and we want to become a joint venture with farmers to do the decortification in the
No,
fields.
he's still working on it. I don't know what he's doing.
So we got some solutions.
Yep.
I'm good at this kind of stuff.
Okay. So anyhow, what I'm going to do
Wonder if you go
now
over and talk to those guys if they can keep their music down somewhat.
So I'm going to start by introducing you with your
first?
talk. Yeah, we're going to record on the phone here while we're doing this. Okay.
That's all we need, eh?
Yeah.
Already started off.
Yeah. There we go. We got noisy neighbors. They're gone in the dark.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Tara.
Carol?
No, Tara.
Oh, Tara.
Tara.
T-E-A-R-R-A?
C-A-R-A.
C-A-R-A.
Tara.
Yeah.
I'm Keith. There.
I'm sorry.
I was waiting for Karen.
Keith?
Marshall
Very
Hopkins.
nice.
I'm
Very nice to meet you.
I'm very new to this, Kara.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
looking for solutions because,
Yeah.
like you said, there's
Yeah.
so much focus on the
I'm
issue.
very good at problem
you know,
solving like that.
Hey, wait. Look at that.
I've owned a tattoo shop
Okay.
for 20
So,
years.
anyhow,
I can still with anything.
You
So
know,
at
not
this moment,
balcony.
since we got interrupted, I'm going to get back on track.
Wow.
I'm going to introduce Lou Mearns, and he's the administrator for Food Solutions Committee.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for coming to the barbecue here. We were expecting more, but and a stampede, hot day, and hard to bark upstairs there. But
Yeah.
anyway, we got here, and so my name is Lou Mearns, and I am the lead to Food Solution Committee. It's all about producing nutritional food and medicine, promoting this to the sovereigns with the Prairie Republic. The talking stick reminds me of every point of view. Medicine wheel encompasses to help us heal a few. Grandfather Earth around, pulling us as one. Grandfather Sky nurtures through the wind, rain, and sun. North, east, south, west, mental, spiritual, emotional, physical. People of the world come forth, black, red, yellow, and white. Colors of the world unite. Cree philosophy and vision is of all nations coming together to put their faith in deeds, not words, to make this world healthy again. Dreamcatcher 2000 Consulting Limited is my company. I also work with Global Ocean Group as a Strategic Planning Director of Green Solutions. With the strategic, so would like to improve electricity use put to work renewable energies and have sovereign groups becoming their own utility to take care of their own power needs to sell the rest into the vertical farms, greenhouses for value added to the community to grow their own foods and medicines. The project is aimed to help your community in several different ways. The shelter will provide controlled temperature, humidity, specialized lighting, so you'll be able to grow all kinds of fruits, vegetables, and even medical herbs. Also, the facility should be an attractive greenhouse for people to gather for tours. Enjoy a fruity and veggie smoothie. We have been looking for the best technologies to fit into the space. The concept combines microclimate advanced monitoring with specialized lighting, and organic fertilizer can provide the prosper mineral the best chance for the plants to fulfill their good genetic potential. Wonderful way to teach eco-literacy, including important food production skills and a respect for Mother Earth at the same time. So let's get growing. Growth facility concepts indoor gardening really to the heart of this project. It is a family tradition to supply holistic herbal medicines in the community. Herbal medicine was my great-grandmother. She was a midwife to 200 births, and she built a garden in her backyard, and she fed groups of people, and she'd have a church service once a month, and then when the church service was over, everybody got fed and built community. So basically, with her, the role of herbal medicine in traditional healing, pharmaceutical treatment of disease began long ago with the use of herbs, methods of folk healing throughout the world. Commonly used herbs as part of the traditional indigenous and now sovereign people in what is now Canada collectively used 1 in 1,000 different plants for food, medicine, materials, and culture, ritual, and mythology. My grandma Lammy, she was out of Edmonton, and she was my father's mother, and she had a beehive right in Edmonton there, and she was part of the Horticulture Society. So being a family tradition, we'd like to continue that on and continue growing our own foods and being have our own, so we don't have to go to down from California and send all the food up here. We can grow it in our backyard and lessen our footprint. So the rapid advancement in technology is nothing short of amazing. They came with cost. Intensified human activity has placed nature at the environment at risk. For hundreds of years, we have used the resources that surround us while fully understanding the extent of the damage we have been causing to the planet. Now, to ensure that future generations enjoy the wealth and beauty of our planet without compromised quality of life, we need to find a far better way to support environment and sustainable human existence. But where and what is it? Would it bring the like-minded people and a sovereign built community and get out of the matrix and lies leading to the modern day slavery and move to a de jure self-governance for the people, reclaim our sovereignty? I feel the Prairie Club is such a group that can move forward to this transition. So what we're trying to do is to take renewable energy, so we have a waste energy machine that can take all the garbage and waste and make power and produce power for our vertical farm and our community. And we have, what's that other technology that...
Thermal?
Geothermal.
Geothermal.
And geothermal is 24/7. The wind and solar go off and on. But if we can take our waste energy machine, because everybody has a garbage problem, what we want to do is give some of that money into the Prairie Republic so they could build income and build community. Any questions?
Questions?
Have any of you ever contacted the Permaculture Society? I wonder if they would be helpful.
Are they out of Calgary?
I think there's one out of Calgary. I'll have to look at it and I'll let you know.
So we just we're looking at guys that are with the Summerhill Winery, and they have an education system for bringing people into their group to help do the grow organic.
They're the ones
food
out of
system.
Kelowna.
Kelowna, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, so Stephen Sipes there. He, I knew him and I stayed at his place, and then when I see him online, they're doing that, and I says, "Oh, that's great." And then they all these communities are doing that. Actually, the Calgary Tower has a vertical farm that they're trying to build in there, and one up in Edson, I think, they're building. So there's systems around, but how do we produce enough power for those systems? And I really think it is the renewable energy, and everybody has a waste problem. So we have a machine called the Tesla black hole machine, Tesla technology, black hole, everything goes in it. The only thing it doesn't take is glass, metals, and ceramics. And so if we can take the waste and not bury it, and protect our water table and push it into the machine to make power, then we, and out of that machine, you get electricity, biochar for your gardens, biofuel to mix with your oil and gas companies, and the last thing is your fly ash, which we mix with our hemp magnesium boards to build home structures. So we can put it into 3D printing homes and really have all the homeless have a place to go. And if you're hungry, go work in the greenhouse, pick food for your family. And you know what we want to do is get away from the fiat system and move into our own currency. And if we built a community, we'd like to have our own currency to work with. And we will talk about that later, about the MB, made beaver currency, because my great-great-grandfather used to have made beaver pelts. Hudson Bay says, we'll give you an MB for that pelt. You don't have to carry it around. Oh, I got three. There's 3 made beavers. Oh, go over into our co-op here, you know, our first monopoly was Hudson Bay, where they bought all their stuff and went back. So we want to get away from the people that stole the land and back to giving it back to the sovereigns and the people.
Okay, any questions?
No questions.
Okay, so at this time I'm going to introduce Bert to talk about the monetary system. What's your last name,
I'll
Bert?
take this over.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Bert.
My name is Bert Nickdow. I'm not really an expert, but trying to be an expert. I'm an electrical engineer. And
Elizabeth's recording on that.
I have an MBA. But anyways, I found out that these guys are promoting this Prairie Republic. I got interested into it because they have a monetary. What is monetary here? Monetary here is one of the administration organization within Prairie Republic. But what is money? Can anybody tell what is money?
It's a bartering system.
Yes.
Is it?
Money is actually a promissory note
Oh, yes.
by the government, and it becomes a legal tender. But what is the promise? It's different when it was pegged into a gold. Money or currency. Money and currency are two different things.
You might want to grab that bottle.
Mother Earth or Grandfather Wind. Behave yourself.
If that bottle of water behind the computer is not closed properly, you might get something wet.
Go ahead. We will talk about money and currency interchangeably. But there's a difference. Money takes the form of numbers, and it is intangible. Currency is tangible. You see, money is controlled by the federal government, especially the federal government in the United States. But only few knows that the federal, they call it federal, is actually a private entity. It's not even the government. Now, 5 properties of money to be acceptable. It should be fungible, durable, portable, recognizable, and stable. These properties reduce the construction cost, transaction cost of using money by making it easy to exchange. You see, in the old days, before money, they have bartering system. You have your cow, and then you want to buy a goat. You want to replace the cow with a goat. No. So
You give him some milk, he gives him goat cheese.
exactly.
bartering.
Yeah.
Yep.
In July 1944, right after the Second World War, 44 nations came together, put up a system, what they call the Bretton Woods system. The Bretton Woods is in New Hampshire, and they came up with using the US dollar as the world currency.
Yep.
Now the US dollar is pegged into a gold. At that time, it is 35 an ounce.
Not anymore.
Now, how much is it now? 1,700 something.
US.
US.
Yeah. 2,400 Canadian.
Yeah. And these are 730 delegates that agreed on that one.
That was 1,400. Silver right now you can get a tube for what?
Yeah.
700 and something.
What is money before 1971? That is when it was pegged at gold. But right after 1971, Richard Nixon actually removed the gold being pegged into a dollar. There's a reason for that one. Because of the subsequent wars, including Vietnam, the US economy is falling down. Now France and Germany became aware of it, so they want their gold back. Now there was a big shift right close to New York, and they noticed on that one France wants to get their gold because they have lots of US dollars circulating around them, including the Germans. So Richard Nixon talked to his secretary, the treasury, to remove it so they won't have any more problem. Now, ever since then, when the economy falls down, so what do the government do? They print money. It's called quantitative easing. But if you and I will do that one, we'll go into jail.
Yep.
But the Federal Reserve is actually doing it with the collusion of the government, and that's the U.S. government.
Keeps mosquitoes away.
Yeah.
Now that's the evolution on that one, just like humans. Money has some kind of evolution. In 1991, a blockchain, a software, what they call the distributed technology, is invented. This is a software. It's only a ledger, just like who knows about the spreadsheet or something like that one. But it has a function. Now, a guy named by Satoshi Nakamoto, it can be one person or a group of persons, used that one to invent Bitcoin. And you know what happened? It becomes really very popular. Their idea is, since money is being controlled by a central government, they want it decentralized. They use the blockchain technology. What happened is, it's a certain block, it goes from connected like this. So during the, you cannot change the timeline, and that's the beauty of it. It's good in that sense. That's the currency that they produce is called the Bitcoin. But there are some other uses of blockchain, which is I believe into it. sooner or later, probably 20 years from now,
Quantum financial system?
would be using blockchain, not probably in the form of currency, but in what they call the smart contracts. Every contract, real estate, whatever, once it is there, you cannot change it. And that's the beauty of that one. It's not controlled by any government. Now, with that one, Prairie Republic, just like any other republic,